transferred to the county government of Nakuru. Number 2, full details of the contract sum for the project, including the total amount paid out at the time of transfer, the outstanding balance, and any indication of the corresponding funds were lawfully and fully transferred to the county government of Nakuru, and whether the process was done according to the law. Number 3, reasons that led to the contractor to abandon the construction site despite having received public funds, and what legal action, if any, has been taken to enforce compliance with the contract terms or recover misuse of public funds. Number 4, the specific measures or plans the ministry has put in place to ensure that the completion of the stall construction of Olengurwani Stadium. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, that is fine. The Chair, the Departmental Committee, Housing, Urban Planning and Public Works. Yeah, the Vice Chair, the Honorable Rindikiri. Please commit.
Yes, I've listened to the statement and the requests. We are proceeding on the 1 month recess. I promise that within 2 weeks of opening, we shall deliver the report.
Honorable Tunui.
Thank you, Speaker. I am satisfied with the 2 weeks. Thank you.
Yeah, 2 weeks it is. Number 7. Question number 7, the question by Honorable Cynthia Muge, MP.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Labor regarding the welfare of Kenyans working in the Middle East. Honorable Speaker, in November 2024, the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection launched a job recruitment program for connecting skilled and semi-skilled Kenyans with overseas employment opportunities, particularly, Honorable Speaker, in the Gulf countries. Those are Qatar, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. This program, which targets placing 21,000 Kenyans in overseas jobs in the first phase, Honorable Speaker, is part of Kenya Kwanza's broader strategy to address high unemployment rates, especially among the youth. Those are the people between 18 and 34 years old, which make 35% of the total population of this country. The Ministry, Honorable Speaker, contracted accredited private agencies, one of them being the Blue Wave International Services Limited, that was to facilitate recruitment to the UAE, and partnered with the Youth Enterprise Fund to provide soft loans that ranged from 185,000 to a tune of 650,000 shillings to cover for agency fees, the air tickets, the visas, the medical expenses. That is for the successful youth, Honorable Speaker. Whereas the ministry's initiative demonstrates a proactive approach to reducing unemployment by tapping into the opportunities in the global labor markets, several concerns have been raised about the process. Notably, Honorable Speaker, there are claims of exploitation and unethical practices during recruitment, where some private agencies charge illegal fees or mismanage funds meant for job seekers.
The Honorable Rachel Nyamai, what is out of order?
Honorable Speaker, I just noted that the Honorable Farah Maalim was sitting in the House. And though I've been around for long, I do not know the exact rule about eating in the August House. Actually, he has been eating nuts. The nuts are here, Honorable Speaker. He has eaten. He did not even give me a piece to eat. And he left the nuts here, Honorable Speaker. The nuts have been left here. I don't know whether for me to continue eating or to do what. So I just want to know, and also so that those who are in their first term can learn, is it allowed to eat, Honorable Speaker, in the August House? Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The nuts are here, evidence presented to you. Exhibit, Honorable Speaker.
Farah Maalim, understanding order number 1, the Speaker directs the Sergeant at Arms to take that foodstuff out of the plenary. And I'm doing this not only under the rules, but also for you are choosing to eat alone. Honorable Rachel Nyamai is seated near you. The minority whip, the Honorable Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm just concerned about the fact that you have done this under standing order number 1, which is discretionary of the Speaker. How sure are we that you are not yourself going to partake of the nuts as the Speaker?
You are challenging the discretion of the Speaker, and that is not permitted. In fact, it could be disorderly minority whip. The Speaker has directed that the nuts be taken away from the plenary by the Sergeant at Arms, and the Speaker has reasonable means to buy his own nuts. The Speaker certainly is not going to pursue those nuts. Where are we?
Honorable Speaker,
yes, Honorable Cynthia Muge, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'll pick up from my second point, where the Honorable Speaker, whereas the ministry's initiative demonstrates a proactive approach to reducing unemployment by tapping into the opportunities in the global labor markets, several concerns have been raised about the process. Notably, Honorable Speaker, there have been claims of exploitation and unethical practices during recruitment, where some private agencies charge illegal fees or mismanage funds meant for job seekers. They have also subjected the job seekers to debt bondage due to the loans that have been tied directly to recruitment agents' accounts, and challenges of compliance with bilateral agreements in countries where labor laws may not adequately protect migrant workers. This situation, Honorable Speaker, necessitates government intervention to streamline the process for a long-term success. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Labor on the following matters. 1, Honorable Speaker, the number of Kenyans that have been recruited to work in the Middle East, particularly in Qatar, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, including specific sectors to which they were hired and the number of workers exported in each category in the specified countries. Honorable Speaker, I emphasize that there is a lot of importance in data. Secondly, Honorable Speaker, I want the Departmental Committee on Labor chairperson to tell us or give us the measures that have been put in place by the ministry to protect Kenyan migrants workers from exploitation and ensure compliance with bilateral agreements in countries where labor laws may not adequately protect them. And lastly, Honorable Speaker, the oversight mechanisms by the ministry to ensure that private recruitment agencies operate ethically and comply with the law to curb abuses such as human trafficking, among other issues that have been on the forefront currently lately, Honorable Speaker. With that, Honorable Speaker, I thank you.
The Chair of the Labour Committee. Yes. Are you responding on behalf of the Chair, or you have?
I'm commenting.
You have a comments before the Chair takes. Okay, the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to say the statement by Honorable Cynthia is of paramount importance in this House. Honorable Speaker, bearing in mind that export of labor from this country is one of the key pillars that we are working under so that we can have our young people working outside our country. Honorable Speaker, it is very, very important, as she has stated, that bilateral agreements must be signed and must be adhered to so that we can avoid loss of life and mistreatment for the people that we take out there to work. Honorable Speaker, this is a very timely statement. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Millie Odhiambo, Minority Whip.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just want to thank Honorable Cynthia Muge for raising this issue, and especially the concerns over issues of possibility of trafficking of persons. And we have seen very many cases of women who are mistreated when they're out. Mr. Speaker, I'm just requesting that if the Honorable Member could consider asking the relevant ministry to consider long-term change of policy. Many countries with migrant workers are working towards employment opportunities at home. If you go to the Philippines, everybody who wants to get elected gets one, their agenda is how to see their own people back home. They are moving away from sending their people home, away from home, but we are doing a deliberate policy to send people away from home. Can we consider, is it something that you can consider as a policy if it could be raised, of creating jobs at home, however humble they are? Thank you.
There being no further interest in enriching the... yes, the Honorable Chair of the... Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I want to echo what Millie has indicated. Honorable Speaker, this aspect of export of labor, it is becoming a menace. Just as the other day we saw on the television, now the government is being accused itself. You can imagine if a government is being accused that they have taken people's money and they have not been able to deliver their promises. I think what Millie has said, Honorable Speaker, we need to do a deliberate effort on a policy to be able to create jobs locally here. Instead of, we appreciate that the diaspora and what is remitted back to the country really assists in the economic growth. But it is important, Honorable Speaker, that we do and deliberately put into place measures that will create jobs locally, particularly on matters to do with industrialization and manufacturing, because that is key. And what you are doing from the counties through the national government, I think that is where we need to go, Honorable Speaker, so that we can be able, instead of all this madness of sending our children to be, mistreated away from the country. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, the Honorable Kaluma. Can you give Honorable Kaluma the mic?
I thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I'm just from a meeting by IMF and World Bank where it was confirmed that by 2035, barely 10 years from now, we'll be having a population surge of 1.2 billion young people seeking opportunities for jobs.
In the globe.
Across the globe. And the numbers are even bigger in developing countries. I know Kenya is listed as a middle income economy, Honorable Speaker. And I'm emphasizing this because I saw the President mention somewhere in China that unlike other East African community nations, Kenya is a middle income economy. The others still remain listed as least developed countries, and the media was running around saying that is undermining the other states. That, of course, is the fact, and Kenya is at a disadvantage because of that categorization as a middle-income state, as the President explained. But, Honorable Speaker, the consequence is that we may not have sufficient engagement or job opportunities for our young people. And this would necessitate that where our young population is surging, they will be seeking opportunities in states where the older population are the majority. What needs to be interrogated by the committee as they respond back to us, Honorable Speaker, is how we can ensure that our people, the citizens of Kenya going outside of our territory, have job opportunities, can participate in the local economy, but are also protected in terms of the surrounding labor practices. And I think this should not be looked at just in terms of the Middle East, but globally, all across. Otherwise, Honorable Speaker, this current administration, I have to commend the president. He's doing very well. When I was in Washington, I was shocked. From Mutembei town constituency alone, in the last 1 year, over 17 primary school teachers who upgraded their levels of studies to graduate have gone to the United States. And then teachers who are struggling, sometimes without even adequate fare, are driving me around Washington, around Virginia, around Maryland. So we must avail ourselves of those opportunities and encourage government to create these opportunities, but on properly regulated, terms, so that our citizens can meaningfully engage while they are also safe wherever they are. I thank you, Honourable Speaker.
I think the previous, the Honorable Gakuria, and for the benefit of the House, maybe one needs to see the thin line between labor export and brain drain. When you export out of the country drivers and security guards and maids, I mean, how much is that a brain drain? That's not a brain drain. And it's important that the nation, in my opinion, the chair notes that there's a need for both protection for the people who go there for casual purposes and they do not need any skills, but at the same time, to see if some of the skills can be retained in here, particularly for industrialization. But I don't know how much of that industrial labor, blue collar, CADA, goes to the Middle East to go and work in industries in the Middle East. Yes, Honorable Adan of. Can you give the mic to Honorable Adan?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I also stand to add to my voice that it is crucial that we try to look for jobs for our youth. Currently, the number of youth out of school, those who finished universities with certificates, those who finished other lower cadre colleges with diplomas, those who dropped out of school at maybe primary and secondary school level, who are in every household in this country is seriously alarming. Looking at our environment, I am not seeing in the near future where we can create adequate jobs for all these youth. So this issue of looking for jobs outside the country is very crucial. Even if they don't remit back anything to this country, even if they only take care of themselves wherever they are, feed themselves, feed their families, just to themselves, that itself is very, very important. And when we see, as you said, the number of people going out there or looking for these jobs, and the jobs which are available there, there is no opportunity of what we call a brain drain. We already have too many brains in this country to fit into the economy of this country. So even if we send to other countries a few of those very highly skilled people out there, we still have many more in the country who can satisfy the market within the country. And therefore, much as it is very important
Honorable Adan, this is now a debate. You need to raise issues that you think will enrich the statement that is sought. Don't debate the matter. Madam Muge has asked for a statement. If you think you have additional information to include into that so that the chair can take note of that, and when the chair is responding, is able to encompass all that. That is the essence of allowing a few more people to partake in this statement thought.
The only thing I will add is that when the chair is looking at this issue, there should be very stratified objectives of making sure that the Kenyans who are going out, their safety, their security, and their working environment should be satisfied and corrected. Thank you.
That's noted. Madam Nyamai, you have something to add to?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I would like to add my voice to this matter that has been raised by the Honorable Cynthia Muge, which is extremely important, Honorable Speaker. And the biggest concern, Mr. Speaker, is our children, the children that we are seeing out there, or our young people out there who are suffering in the Middle East. And I think what I would encourage the committee to do is to encourage the Ministry of Labor to get more involved, especially with the private agencies. Because I think that is where the problem is. They must be regulated by government. I think this is something that the committee must look into. And also, try as much as possible to monitor them when they get there, evaluate the places where they go, and ensure that even the country is able to benefit from them through the remittances and also some form of giving back to the country through taxation. Although these days people seem not to like the word taxation, but I believe that we are producing more graduates than we can absorb. So to me, this jobs Maju is a big idea from the president, and we must laud government for it.
Yeah,
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Oundo, and then the Honorable, yes, the Lady Martha, yes. Please be very brief and just, if there's any gap that was left, you feel that should be included in the statement.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Just add that.
I just request the committee, the chair of the committee, while responding to the matter, they need to be very deliberate in their answer. And you have clearly said there's a difference between dumping excess labor and brain drain. Indeed, what we are doing currently going to Middle East, this dumping excess labor, they were promised jobs, and it was all stories. Now they have been left on their own. All they can do is to go and suffer outside there. We need to stratify those who are in the Middle East. What's the cadre of the jobs they are doing? Are they manual jobs? Are they intellectual stimulating jobs? What kind of jobs are they doing? So that we just don't simply pick all the hustlers that were promised jobs and they are being dumped, so they are being dumped in the Middle East. Thank you.
Yes, the Honorable Martha. Yes, it's you. Who is that? I'm a little bit short-sighted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think I want to support what everybody's saying here. The security of our young people who go out to look for jobs is very, very critical, because we have seen cases where they come back when they're in coffins, and circumstances leading to such deaths is never known, and nobody ever follows to the end. I just want to highlight the fact that we need to know how many of our young people need jobs abroad. We need statistics so that we know the number of young people that go out to look for jobs, the kind of jobs that they're going to do, so that we do not export too many out of the country and leave ourselves with nobody, so that we also have some people working for us. Otherwise, we shall empty the country and everybody will be going abroad for further studies with no control. So my appeal to the committee is to look at the number of the statistics that is required for those that need to get jobs out and those that remain. Otherwise, we shall suffer the brain drain. We need other people to work for us as well, young people. Thank you.
The last one on this, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Westlands, Timothy Onyonyi. The last
thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Enrichment of the statement, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, while looking for jobs for our young people abroad is a noble thing, but Mr. Speaker, it needs to be regulated by the government, because they're mushrooming illegal agencies that are fleecing our young people. They're getting as much money from them and then just abandoning them or disappearing without anything. So the government must be serious about it, regulate it, and make sure even those agencies peddling this, they must be properly, Mr. Speaker, regulated by the government. Thank you.
Fair enough. The MP for Kisses is the very last one now. and then make sure that you raise issues that have not been raised.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I think all our discussion from members who have contributed surrounds about establishing clear framework. Because over time, we've had the government through the ministry speaking about labor migration, signing of bilateral agreements and arrangements. But the big question that should be asked by this honorable House, where is this legal framework that is so fundamental that will protect the rights of Kenyans under the Constitution of Kenya, that is supreme law, remembering that Kenya is a supreme country. And for that purpose, if we are going to have this discussion, yes, I understand we want to respond to the challenges of our unemployment for our youth in our country. But sometimes we end up exposing our children to countries that are predators. They want to predate on our labor, on our trained skills. Remember, Kenya is rated as the best country among those who have proper training facilities on our human resource. The other day we saw a report in Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital where nurses who have been trained, who have acquired experience to provide services, healthcare services and support of nursing at the only second referral hospital, most of them have left the country. Now the institution is struggling. They don't have enough budget to go back to employ. And even if they go back to market to employ, where are they going to get people who have been trained to handle special cases of referral? Remember, a facility like Moi Teaching and Referral, which is a referral facility, has got special cases of treatment and handling of those patients that require specific nurses to handle that. So, Mr. Speaker, I think it is rightful that this House needs to rise, and let us begin to think around and guide on these ones. Thank you so much, Mr.
The chair of the committee or a member of the committee who is going to, or the majority leader, majority whip, who is here for this matter? We don't have the majority leader, ML, the minority leader, the deputies. Is there a member of the Labour Committee here in the House? Millie, can you now take this responsibility on behalf of the House? Because you have a collective responsibility. And I presume now that you have a broad-based government, you should be willing to take certain responsibility for your colleagues in the government.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have a broad-based arrangement. And within that broad-based arrangement, Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking carefully as a lawyer. And within that broad-based arrangement, Mr. Speaker, I undertake that this matter will be responded to within 2 weeks of return because of its urgency.
Within 2 weeks? After we resume. Okay, fair enough. The next one is the honorable member from Mutembei, Faisal Bada.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika. Nimesimama kuweka ombi la kauli kuhusu unyekuzi wa ardhi ya msikiti wa Kongo. Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa mujibu wa kanuni za kudumu 44(2)(c), nasimama kuomba kauli kutoka kwa mwenyekiti wa kamati ya kiidara ya ardhi kuhusiana na unyekuzi wa ardhi ya umma ya msikiti wa Kongo katika eneo bunge la Msambweni. Mheshimiwa Spika, msikiti wa Kongo una dhima ya kihistoria na kidini kwa kuwa ulijengwa katika karne ya 14 ya awali na Wajemi. Mheshimiwa Spika, Wajemi ni Persians. Msikiti huu ulitambuliwa kwa mara ya kwanza kama kumbukumbu la kitaifa na serikali ya kikoloni mnamo mwezi Juni mwaka wa 1927. Baada ya Kenya kupata uhuru, msikiti wa Kongo pamoja na ardhi inayoizunguka ulitangazwa rasmi kuwa kumbukumbu la kitaifa lililolindwa chini ya sheria. Hata hivyo, mnamo mwaka 1986 inadaiwa kwamba watu fulani walishirikiana na maafisa waandamizi wa serikali kutekeleza njama ya kumilikishwa ardhi hiyo kwa rais wa wakati huo. hayati Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi kwa njia ya udanganyifu na isiyo ya halali. Mnamo mwaka wa 2009 akiwa amestaafu, hayati Rais Moi alifahamishwa kuhusu umilikishaji huo usio halali na kwa hiari yake alirejesha hati miliki ya ardhi hiyo kwa msajili wa hati. Hatua hii ilipelekea kubatilishwa kwa hati miliki hiyo na kurejesha hali ya umiliki wa ardhi hiyo kuwa ya umma kama ilivyotambuliwa tangu mwaka wa 1927. Mheshimiwa Spika, kutokana na hatua hizo, serikali ilitenga ardhi hiyo kwa manufaa ya jamii ya Waislamu wanaoswali katika msikiti wa Kongo na kutoa hati mbili. Hati nambari 55034 kwa msikiti wa Kongo na hati nambari 55035 kwa kituo cha Kiislamu wa Kwale. Serikali iliteua katibu mtendaji katika Wizara ya Hazina ya Taifa kuwa mdhamini wa hati miliki za ardhi hiyo. Mnamo mwaka wa 2012, aliyekuwa waziri mkuu wakati huo, Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga maarufu Baba, alizikabidhi hati miliki hizo kwa jamii nufaika. Mheshimiwa Spika, mnamo mwezi Machi mwaka 2025, jamii hiyo ilishangaa kugundua kuwa kipande hicho cha ardhi kilikuwa kimetangazwa kuuzwa kwa bei ya shilingi bilioni 1,445,000. Watu wanaodaiwa kumiliki ardhi hiyo ni Bwana Mohamed Hamisi Mwachumba na Bwana Ali Mwadarashi Mwagariche, wanaodai kuwa walipata hati miliki ya ardhi hiyo tarehe 17 Februari mwaka 2025. Jambo ambalo linastabisha, ikifahamika kwamba ardhi hiyo imekuwa ya umma tangu mwaka wa 1927 na kudumishwa baada ya Kenya kuwa nchi huru. Mheshimiwa Spika, ni kutokana na hali hii ndipo ninaomba kauli kutoka kwa mwenyekiti wa kamati ya kiidara ya ardhi kuhusu masuala yafuatayo. 1. Maelezo kuhusu namna ambavyo ardhi ya msikiti wa Kongo inayojulikana kuwa ya umma na iliyotangazwa kama eneo la kumbukumbu la kitaifa lililolindwa ilisajiliwa kwa umiliki wa kibinafsi. 2. Hatua zinazochukuliwa na Wizara ya Ardhi pamoja na Tume ya Kitaifa ya Ardhi kukabiliana na unyakuzi huu wa ardhi ya msikiti wa Kongo. 3. Mikakati iliyowekwa kulinda eneo hilo kama kumbukumbu la kitaifa linalolindwa. Na 4 na ya mwisho ni maelezo ya kina kuhusu jinsi wizara pamoja na Tume ya Kitaifa ya Ardhi zinavyokusudia kuwezesha kurejeshwa kwa ardhi hiyo kwa wamiliki halali ambao ni jamii ya Waislamu wa msikiti wa Kongo. Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Kuna mheshimiwa wote kuchangia hiyo. Mheshimiwa dada yetu kutoka sehemu hizo pia Mombasa nafikiri.
Basi asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii. Nami pia nibaki katika kumbukumbu za bunge hili kuunga mkono hoja iliyoletwa na Mheshimiwa mbunge wa Msambweni ambaye ametoka katika constituency mojawapo ambayo mimi pia ninamiliki. Mheshimiwa Spika, sisi kama watu wa Kwale tulitamaushwa pakubwa na jambo hili. Mheshimiwa Spika, mimi naiunga mkono hoja hii kwa sababu ni mtoto wa Kiislamu na ninaielewa historia kamili kama vile Mheshimiwa Faisal alivyoizungumzia. Mheshimiwa Spika, ardhi ya Kongo ya msikiti ni mahali patakatifu. Ni jambo la kuchangaza. Wezi, mimi nitawaita wezi, walaghai waliokuja na kuweza kusema ardhi ile wao ndio wamiliki. Historia inajieleza vizuri sana Mheshimiwa Spika kwamba ardhi ile ni ardhi ya msikiti. na ilipatikana kwa njia gani, historia Mheshimiwa Faisal ameieleza. Haiwezekani kuwa mtu ametokezea hivi majuzi na anasema anataka kumiliki ardhi ile. Ile ni ardhi ya kihistoria. Mheshimiwa Spika, ardhi ya Kongo haiuziki na haiwezi kuuzwa. Ninalaani vikali jambo hili, na pia na mimi naongezea kamati ya ardhi ya bunge hili iweze kuingilia kati, lakini historia inajieleza vizuri sana. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika, na nikome hapo.
Mheshimiwa wa Keses, uangalie jinsi unavyoweza kuboresha hiyo
Mr. Speaker, unanipatia mtihani mkubwa sana.
Endelea basi.
Waje niongee kwa lugha ya Kimombo. Nitaongea kwa lugha ya Kimombo. Asante. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. In any case, even if I want to respond word by word, be very sure that the Honorable Member Msambweni has already confused me. Deep words in Kiswahili that I could not even fathom some of them. Now, Mr. Speaker, but on this particular issue, it is increasingly becoming a big problem where either public land or community land are changing hands all of a sudden, and it's becoming rampant. Of late, we are realizing a lot of cases here and there. Not even forgetting that we have a pending serious issue, grievous issue that has involved people dying.
Unachangia hoja, sisi tunataka uchangie ile statement inaitwaje kwa Kiswahili?
Kauli.
Kawira. Kauli. Wewe unachangia usaidia ile kauli ya changia kauli. Usianze hoja. Bwana Kaluma.
Asante. So, ninapochangia Bwana Speaker ni kwamba imebidi kupitia mambo kama haya ambayo yametukia kila mahali, kwamba wizara husika ianze kuangazia ni nini kinaleta shida.
Imetosha.
Asante.
Mheshimiwa Kaluma. Inaitwa nidhamu kwa Kiswahili, point of order. Sema Bwana Kaluma. Hebu mpe.
Honorable Speaker, I'm standing under Article 27 of the Constitution, which speaks to the matter that nobody shall be discriminated based on any consideration, including language.
Yeah.
Honorable Speaker, the question being raised by Honorable Faisal Bade here is a very serious question. I remember the last time I saw Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga is when he was meeting the PS for lands over this very matter.
Yes.
And you know, when Baba meets and commits by any means, including on X account, that action is being taken, it is a serious issue. It is also serious because it is concerning a mosque, and people of the Islamic faith should be considered in terms of how we respect all places of worship. Honorable Speaker, why I'm standing under Standing Order number 27 is to ask whether
under Constitutional Article 27.
Article 27 of the Constitution,
yes,
is to ask whether the Honorable Member and the Chair of the relevant committee or his representative are right, Honorable, to address such a serious matter in Kiswahili when members who feel deeply about it, like us, whose disabilities in that language are well known, are in the House, Honorable Member. Could you direct the members to ask this question in English so that we can participate like any other member?
Mheshimiwa Kaluma, nidhamu. Mheshimiwa Kaluma, katika nidhamu yetu na katika katiba yetu ni lugha mbili ambao unaweza kuzungumzia katika bunge. Ni Kiswahili na Kizungu. Kwa hivyo kama amezungumzia Kiswahili ako kwenye nidhamu. Mheshimiwa Kore. Aden Mayaka.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii niweze kuchangia hoja hii muhimu. na mimi itasema kwamba naliunga mkono hoja ya mheshimiwa kuhusu msikiti wa Kongo. Mheshimiwa, mambo kuhusu ardhi imekuwa ardhi, hasa ardhi za sehemu za kidini, imekuwa ni donda sugu katika nchi hii. Mheshimiwa, tumepata msukosuko mingi katika sehemu za sala, iwe ni kanisa, iwe ni misikiti, kuhusu ardhi na majibizano kuhusu uongozi wa sehemu hizo, lakini ardhi imekuwa ni jambo ambalo limeleta matatizo mengi sana katika sehemu zetu za dini. Na mheshimiwa, ningependa kamati wakati watakapokuwa naangalia hoja hili kuhusu msikiti wa Kongo, wasiangalie msikiti wa Kongo peke yake, waangalie katika sehemu zote za dini ambazo ziko na mabishano kuhusu ardhi, iwe ni kanisa, iwe ni misikiti katika nchi hii. Tunajua hapa Nairobi wiki iliyopita tulipata matatizo katika msikiti wa Majengo. Tunajua msikiti wa Jamia hapa Globe, hapa Njiru pia watu waliumizana juzi kuhusu mabishano kuhusu ardhi. Kisumu kulikuwa na mabishano kuhusu msikiti na kanisa, hadi msikiti wenyewe ukapewa jina ambaye ni inahusisha madini zote mbili. Kwa hivyo majibizano aina hii kuhusu ardhi katika sehemu za maombi ni nyingi, na ningependa kamati iangazie sehemu zote ambazo ziko na mabishano. Asante.
Amekusikia kamati Mayaka, alafu chairman ya
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kuchangia kauli ya mheshimiwa ambayo sana sana yazungumzia swala la ardhi za kihistoria. Mheshimiwa Spika, ardhi za kihistoria na ardhi za kidini ni mambo ambayo kamati ambayo inaitwa National Heritage ama kamati ya kukuza kitaifa inafaa iangalie kabisa swala hili, na inafaa ya kuwa tuwe na sera ama policy ili tuweze kujua kama taifa, katika taifa letu la Kenya, ni wapi ambapo tuko na ardhi za kihistoria ambazo hazijateuliwa, ambazo hazijalindwa, ambazo hazijazingatiwa kwenye sheria, ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba zimekuwa na ulinzi ambao uko tafakari kabisa. Kwa hivyo Mheshimiwa Spika, nashukuru mheshimiwa huyu kwa kuleta kauli hili, na ningependa kwamba kamati ambayo itaenda kuangalia jambo hili liweze kuangalia ni sera